Waiting for permission gets old, and at some point, you stop asking to be chosen and you start choosing yourself. Welcome back to Creator Struggles. I'm Nahjalae, and today I am joined by an actor, writer, producer, and director who is stepping fully into her ownership. Instead of waiting for someone else to bring her film to life, she is focusing on directing it herself, and I don't blame her. We're talking about power, fear, growth, and what it truly means to lead the vision you created. Please help me welcome Arianna. How are you?
So glad to be here.
Yes. I'm so excited.
Long time coming.
Yes. Honestly, we were just talking about this off camera.
Yeah.
I asked her to be on the podcast well before the podcast was really even a thought.
Yeah.
Ish.
Definitely.
So that was
4 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a baby podcast. Like it wasn't really much going on. But thank you for coming, joining.
Absolutely.
I am excited about this episode because, well, I'm always excited about everyone that I do. But oh yeah. But how are you?
I'm doing well. I'm rested. It's beautiful outside, but I'm thankful to be inside because it's incredibly hot.
It's a doozy.
So, I'm like, thank you for having me.
Yes. In a nice, cool space. So I want to start off with the grind report. You guys know what the grind report is. So anything that you have been grinding on for the week?
Oh, that's a good one. So, I am in the process of kind of, I won't call myself a producer yet, but informally producing my feature film.
I'm gonna say producer.
I'll take it. Yeah, and my objective this week specifically was to connect with a few people that had told me in the past, like they had interest in it, and I was able to finally actually connect with those people, send the material their way, and the feedback that I got on that was positive, and it made me feel like, okay, like I think I can actually maybe do this thing. So
Yeah.
that was like kind of I would say my celebration.
Exciting.
Yeah.
I know it's gonna be great. I know it's phenomenal. Let's see my grind report for the week. Honestly, 2 people have been saying that I should create a short film. However, I've already written my feature film, so maybe I should start with the short first. But I'm more about go big or go. So I want to do the feature first, and then we can, work on the short. But I don't know. I kind of stopped even looking further. I got a little discouraged. I submitted for like 2 different film festivals, and they both said, yeah, no.
That's unfortunate.
So yeah, it's a little unfortunate, but the first no or two, I think it's bound to
Rejection is redirection.
yeah. So I just don't know what hands I should be getting it into without someone stealing the story.
That has been a big fear of mine. Absolutely. Have you gotten it registered with the WGA?
I have not.
It should be. I don't think it's too expensive, hopefully, but that's one thing that I definitely thought was a priority because I was so afraid of putting the material in other people's hands and like, who knows? They could just forward it to someone that you have no awareness of. So I totally understand that apprehension, but you should look into that.
WGA. What is that for the people that don't know?
To specify, the WGA is the Writers Guild of America. But yeah, you should look into that. I think it would be a good way to protect because it basically makes all of the material that gets submitted under review. So it'll say, hey, this was actually someone else's stuff. And hopefully,
I like that. They're doing the Lord's work.
We love that.
Amen.
Thank you.
So let's get into how did you even get into, because I know you said you were doing acting, but you also write,
yes,
produce,
yes,
direct,
yes.
Okay, so let's get into all the things.
So I started off, I went to a college that was actually in Ventura County. So good 1.5 away from here. And I went through that course for the first year. And I was told, along with many others, we were pulled into a soundstage and told basically, hey, school's closing. Oh, good luck. We're like, oh, okay, great. So I spent a year there came into a different college my sophomore year. Initially, when I started school, I went in to be an editor.
Mm.
And I quickly realized that's not what I want to do. So I didn't have to declare my major until I think like maybe halfway through the semester. And then I decided to do cinematography.
Mm.
So started going into camera, learning a little that. And it was a requirement at the new school that I attended to be a part of multiple film productions. And you had to kind of wear different hats. Got acclimated to camera, started understanding that more, but always just at the back of my mind, I was like, "I like doing this.
Mhm.
It's technical. I'm decent at it, but I wanna write stories, and I wanna direct stories, and I wanna direct talent." So that's been kind of a transformation over, oh gosh, we're talking like 10 years here?
Mm.
So, yeah, I would say in the last 5 years, the priority has been more so directing, but also
Mhm.
writing, kind of hand in hand, directing the things I write,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
I feel like we live in a generation where if no one's gonna do it for us, we submit and no, no, no. Okay, I'll do it.
Yep,
I'll create it. I'll write it, and I'll even direct it, and I'll even star in it.
there you go.
So
Hey, it can be done. It can be done, and it will be done.
yes, it will. So why directing though? What
Mm,
gets your gears all excited about?
I think it's being able to maybe write a character that has elements of me.
Mhm.
In this most recent project that I'm working on, the character, although it being written as a male, has a lot of the attributes that I've kind of garnered over
Mhm.
the course of my life: anxiety, depression, all those kinds of like nuances and stuff. So I like to be able to step into that role as a director to be able to, I don't know, make talent malleable, kind
Yeah.
of being able to see really how maybe things that I'm just imagining in my things that I've struggled with come into fruition and through a person and being
Yeah.
able to tell them like, hey, this is actually relevant to me. This happened to me, and seeing how they internalize that and then put that into how they execute is kind of my biggest reward that I take away from it usually.
Yeah. I feel like I love seeing people happy and seeing their facial expressions. So I feel like as far as directing, like you can see that because you're behind the camera and you can actually like, maybe if they smile a little bit harder, I can
Mhm.
get a better, feel for the character or what have you.
Right.
Yeah, I would like to get into directing. I think that would be a big step for me because I feel like that takes a lot of sternness and you have to really like not let people walk over you in a
Correct.
sense. We'll get more into that. Tell me more about acting.
The acting aspect came from one of those hats that I had to wear.
Mm.
So required to be on an X amount of productions. I don't remember how many. It was a lot. Girl, it was a lot. And I was working too. So it's like full time, school, and then also doing all that. So
Mhm.
the acting part came from me actually just being a stand-in. And we had a lot of test shoots in class for various like film formats. So we would be shooting like on film and I would be a stand-in. And when we would be reviewing it after we would get the scans back, I've had some people be like, "Oh, like I really like the way that you X, Y, and Z, whatever it was."
Mhm.
And I wasn't really trying to do anything.
Yeah.
It was just, you know, you find those micro expressions, especially when you said you're looking at the screen
Mhm.
and you're watching this performer execute like something that, oh, if they maybe just did that little thing. So
Yeah.
that's the feedback that I got from a few people, and they're like, "Oh, like, can you like, I have this shoot, and I don't have money. You know how it goes, low
Yeah.
budget,
Mhm.
and like, would you mind being in my things?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll try that." I
Yeah.
did theater in middle school, chorus, like I'm used to kind of theatrics more or less. So I took a chance and I did it, and then had a few screenings in like the production classes when they
Mhm.
would have to show the work that they did. And I'm like, whoa, like who is that? Which was exciting to me, but also terrifying. I'm like, I didn't really plan on this, but I don't mind it. Like,
When it comes to just being still as an actor, I feel like a lot of times we feel like we need to move and we need to do something, but sometimes just being still is like some of those perfect moments
right.
because you're capturing like in real time what this person is really feeling and what the character is going through. Yeah, sounds like you were doing a pretty good job.
I try my best. I try my best. I'm sure if I looked at some of those now, I'd be like, oh goodness, girl, what were you doing?
Yeah.
But it was nice to hear those sentiments in lifetime. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's I think it's really good, like, hearing good feedback from a director, even, I guess, not bad feedback, but what you could work on.
Right, constructive.
Constructive, very constructive. And some people can, take it not the best.
Yeah.
But, I think that if you're not getting any, constructive criticism or even getting like, "Oh, I really like that." It's kind of like, "Well, how did I do?"
Yeah.
Like,
I need to know. Can I tweak something? Can I be something?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was on set, for this feature film in Palm Springs, and I didn't even expect the director to even come up to me and, like, acknowledge me in a sense. Because I feel like some directors can just be who they are, and they're just focusing on the whole principal t so, um, well, I was supporting.
Yes, that's that I I'm glad he came up to you or she,
Yeah,
whoever it
it
is.
was a guy. Yeah, I was literally leaving, like, my character was wrapped, and he literally, like, runs from behind the camera and's like, "I really appreciated you coming, and, you're really great." And I was just like, "Oh."
Oh,
Like, because I wasn't necessarily expecting him to say anything other than, "Okay, great. This was good. Moving on."
yeah.
Usually, they don't have time to really just take the time out to thank every single person, but, it that made me feel good. It's like, "Oh, I was good."
Like, thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
Thank you so much.
But yeah, I think the whole shift from acting to being a director, I feel like, kind of like I said earlier, I think it'd be a challenge, but also I've tested it out a little bit because I was doing writing like funny skits, like less than a minute, and also directing it as well, and starring in it with, another actor. And it was just, I was looking outside and just watching me, like, just letting them know, like, "Oh, I feel like if you do it this way or if you stand here, I can capture it better." It's like, "Well, gosh, darling,
Yeah.
look at me."
Lean into that. Lean into that. There's always an opportunity to step into that, especially when you watch yourself enough, you know what you want to see.
Mhm.
So it becomes easier to tell other people later, maybe at a larger scale, like, "Hey, I think you should do this." And
Yeah.
it works out and it ends up working out because you've already embodied it.
Yeah.
So
Exactly. Do you feel pressure stepping into this new role of directing?
yes, absolutely, 1,000%. I think that a lot of, you know, people traditionally, I would say 80s prior to a time where production was more inclusive,
Mhm.
would look at me and be like, "What is that? Who's gonna be telling me what to do?"
Yeah.
So, along with just being a Black woman, which I prioritize as my identity, like, that's important to me that people recognize that.
Yeah.
It's also being young and people being like, "Whoa, don't let her look like that and also be young, because
Mhm.
now I really don't trust what
Yeah.
she's got going on," you know? So I do, in a way, have to overcome that. I would say a little bit of anxiety
Mhm.
because I definitely know that there will be people that will question my capabilities.
Yeah.
And as far as my ability to execute said plan or what I have like accomplished for the day, I feel like I can do it. I think I surround myself or try to employ people that are also like-minded.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of getting rid of those like little voices of like,
Mhm.
oh, someone's gonna doubt you, someone's gonna think that you're incapable. It's all a mindset, really.
Yeah,
So
it truly is. And it could honestly take over if you allow it to and you continue to have like no one in your corner to like, "Hey, no,
yeah.
you are doing fine." Like,
Yeah.
no, just forget what you're thinking in your head.
Right. Yeah. Like I don't want it to completely make me miss the mark, really. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want it to be like every single I'm like, "Oh my gosh, like,
Yeah.
I guess I have to do it today," like, I'm doing it. I'm here.
Yeah.
People believed in me. They showed up on time. I'm here. Let's do it. Let's have
Yeah.
fun. Let's have fun at that too,
Yeah.
so
It really does start with just believing in yourself first and, other people believing in you fine. But I feel like it has to start within first somewhere. Like if you have that little inkling of believing, oh, wait,
oh,
I'll take it.
anything at this point. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely the anxiety part of it is just like, "Ooh, so people are waiting on me to give the
Yeah,
direction? Okay.
right. Oh, that's me?
Yeah, oh, okay. Yeah. You can only
Uh,
imagine just sitting there in the chair like, oh, this is good. Like,
oh
oh,
oh,
oh.
what are we waiting on? Oh, me? Oh, I'm so sorry, guys.
Like, action.
Thank you. Right, right. Thank you.
Oh,
Oh.
that is hilarious. I want to talk about writing your feature though. How
Um,
was that?
Funny that you ask.
Mm.
So the formal announcement of COVID was
Mm.
announced March 13th of 2020, and I started drafting my feature about a week later. So it started out of boredom. What else was I gonna do?
Yeah.
Like it's like everyone's trying to figure out like, activity wise, can we go outside? And I was like, this is kind of good for me in a way because
Yeah.
now I'm forced to like confront this thing that I've been avoiding, which is starting something new. I hadn't been doing any projects out of college aside from other people's stuff.
Mhm.
So I sat down, I started the concept of I was just like, I know that the principal like lead is gonna be a teenager. I don't exactly know how, why, what, why, like I don't know yet. That worked well for a good minute while I got, like, the first 5 pages down. I was, like, feeling good about, like, "Okay, this could become a prospect." And then writer's block. After those, like, I would say maybe the next, like, 5 or so pages, I'm at, like, the 10-page mark. I'm like, "What am I talking about? What am I doing? I think this is stupid." And I actually I kind of gave up on it. I think I had, like, closed my laptop, didn't open it for, like, 3 weeks. And lo and behold, COVID was not alleviated
Yeah.
or fixed. So I was like, well, okay,
Let's open it back.
let's open it back up because we're in lockdown. So I really need to just lock in. Like whatever this is, whatever this era is where there's things shifting and changing, like I really need to pivot back into the things that I actually care about. I was working a day job that I didn't like. So I'm like, why not do something that I like? So it's been an up and down kind of process. Started it again March of 2020. I don't think I finished until like maybe December of that year. So, and that was at a rough, like maybe I think I only got like 60 pages out. And I'm like, well, that's not a feature length. That's not a feature length. Yeah, add some to that. So then I was like, okay, revisit. And I think it took me another, I want to say, geez, like 3 months. So it took me a full year
Yeah.
to get through that 100-page kind of like, okay, this is solid. I feel confident about this. I like the people that I
Mhm.
created. And otherwise it's been rewarding. And from the very moment that I finished it, I was like, read this. And a couple of people that were adjacent to me were like, hey, this is really cool. You
Mhm.
should really take this seriously. So after that, I was like, I really have to do this.
Yeah.
It's not just like a little, have to do this now. I have nothing but evidence that this could go well. So, like most things take money. That's a big
Mm.
setback with budget and trying to figure all of that out. But as far as it goes, story's solid. And, when actually I'm on set, it's going to be the most surreal experience because we're talking 6 years now
Yeah.
of it coming into full fruition.
Yeah.
It's been a ride.
Yeah.
It's been a ride. Nothing perfect, but definitely, definitely really invigorating
Yeah.
for sure.
See, it's very inspiring because when I started mine, I started what 2 years ago, and normally I'm that type of person where I get fixated on like finishing something. It's
Yeah.
like, no, I want to finish. And I kind of had that writer's block like midway. Like, why am I even writing this? Like, I
Mhm.
don't know like, where it's gonna go from this moment. But yeah, I finished it. I think it took like 8 months
Yeah.
to, like, write officially. I mean, I didn't know how to write. Like, well, hold on. I know how to write. Let me, be specific. I didn't know how to write a screenplay. I didn't
Mhm.
know how to write that. So, I did my research on how to actually make, a script look like a script, and not like a Word document.
Yeah. MLA format.
Yeah. So after I figured that out, it was more so, okay, like what am I gonna talk? And it's loosely based on my experience and just dating. And then two extra characters.
That's where it starts though with yourself though.
Yeah.
That's what you know best.
And I'm like, as I'm like, this is good. This is really good. And I couldn't end it. So I just put to be continued because I feel like it would be a good part two to it.
Mhm.
I have not even thought about what is gonna go on
Yeah.
in part 2, but we still are on the first one.
Yeah.
We haven't even done anything for the first but I think I have not had anybody read it yet. Like, I
Mhm.
just submitted it. No one has read it. So I think I probably should get someone to read it, but then it goes back to, "Oh, what if they steal it?"
Yeah. What if they just completely rob my creative
Yeah.
integrity?
It's like, "Wait a minute,
Yeah.
so your story sounds very similar to mine."
Like, a little close there. Where'd you get it?
But yeah, I feel like getting someone else to read it and giving me constructive feedback or criticism.
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous for that because I don't know how they're gonna feel about what I wrote, or I mean, it could be something like, "Oh, this is great."
Yeah.
But yeah, no. I was told to go to one of those, is it called like a writer's
Workshop?
workshop, I think, where they bring, their scripts and like put it up on the board. And I feel like that's a little nerve wracking because I know this guy was like, he went to one of those workshops and, people read his, a little excerpt of his, script and they were like, so is there more? Or,
Oh.
like,
Oh. Oh, I'll just see myself out now.
actually, no, but I guess I could make more if there needs to be more. So I wouldn't just feel crushed. Like,
No, understandable.
oh, so let's throw the whole thing away. Let's start over.
That's like the hardest part too, is just accepting that it's just a constant emotional vulnerability. Like you've put all of this time and like effort into
Mhm.
crafting something, and then so, like literally anyone could be like, that was terrible.
Trash.
Throw it out. So I totally get that. Like having apprehension. I similarly had to kind of put myself in a mode to just be like, screw it.
Yeah.
Like y- the best thing that I did was decide wasn't gonna try to prioritize other people's opinions anymore, because the thing is like, okay, I keep it to myself, but then at what cost? Then what? It doesn't get made because I was afraid. Well, if they don't like it, guess who's not gonna work on it? You. So it's like it's gonna be me at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So someone's gotta like it, and
Yeah.
someone's gonna support you in whatever it is. I
Yeah.
guarantee it.
It's so true because I was reading one of these acting books, one of those that's sitting over there. But in a gist, it was basically saying, like, never write for someone else, write for you first. And, maybe you can like talk to them about it, but never let their opinion determine how you're going to, because it's not about them,
Right.
it's about you. I was like, that makes sense, but I'm also one of those people where it's like I do want to hear, from another person's perspective, but I think it kind of gets twisted in my head. I'm like, oh, well, I think they'll like this if I write it this way.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, so that's how I was when I was writing my feature film. I'm like, no, we're not writing for anyone else. Let's start over.
Yeah.
We're writing for me. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's definitely important. I had to the same exact thing. I was getting after the writer's block, it's almost like the 5 stages of grief, because it's like all of this anger, bargaining, like depression, and then you're like, "What the heck is going on?"
Yeah.
You missed like the whole point of why you even started, which is to create. And after the writer's block, I was getting angry. I was like, "I don't wanna write this. This is so
Hmm.
stupid, and like everyone's gonna hate it." So that's I close the laptop, and then I'd revisit and be like, "Okay, no, it's not stupid." Fine. And then I would start again. I'm like, "No, this is terrible." And I'm like, "No, they said it was good. Keep
Yeah.
going." And I'm like, "Okay, but why?" So at the end of the day, the priority for me, and it just listen to yourself.
Yeah.
Follow that intuition, because more times than not, you're right.
Yeah. This
You're
is true.
correct. You're correct about the people that you create.
Yeah.
So,
Because then you start to dissect, like, okay, well, why did they think it's good? Like,
right,
what in this makes them want to actually see it come to fruition? Like, what about this do they want to see?
right.
So let's get into directing it yourself. I feel like if something's not being done the way I want it to, I will do it myself. I feel like that's a lot of us. And that could be a good or a bad thing because I feel like a lot of times if you do things in your life where it's like, I'll just do it myself.
Yeah,
Okay, that's cool. However, you're probably going to need some assistance. So yeah, I'm one of those people that I would just rather do it myself. But it can be very hard though because you're choosing not to depend on someone else.
right.
You're choosing not to have someone not pull through for you. And I think that's kind of where it comes from. If you get let down like right when no, you were supposed to be on set and you're not here. Okay, you backed out within 30 minutes of when we were supposed to be filming.
Right.
Okay, so I could have did it myself. Got it.
Just show up, please. I get that life happens, but please just show up. No, but I totally understand though. It's yeah, you have to gosh, almost be like a passenger at
Mhm.
times. Like you have to direct, but you have to be a passenger because, at the end of the day, depending obviously on the scale at which
Mhm.
it is, there's a job for everything.
Yeah.
And it's like, dang, like I really just have to sit back and be like, okay, just It's okay. Like they can do it. They can do it. They got it. They got it. And we trust and we hope that they got it. Because if not, like you said, we could have just done it. But it's like it's understanding that people, as much as you want to maybe make it happen, they want to make it happen for you too.
Yeah.
And yeah, having the right people around is probably that priority.
Yeah.
Like that allows that to happen, is surrounding yourself with people that are like equally engaged in creating. Can't even tell you how many times I've been in situations where the grips or like whoever are like, what's it about? Like, wait, what's going on? Like, okay, you don't have any. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. But that reminds me, I recently connected with someone new that was wanting to look and read projects, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'll send it your way, blah blah blah. And in his role, traditionally, he's a lighting technician, so he's not really too oriented with like the talent in that way and like the emotional, intimate way. But that he read it and he was like, this is awesome. Like, I want to see this. And like, I think it turned something in my brain, because I'm like, oh, there's people outside of myself that actually will want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like that's the vulnerability. It was just like, okay, I'm going to share this with you. Like, this is awesome. I want to do this. I'm like, okay, yeah. Like,
Yes.
thank you so much.
Lighting guy.
Lighting guy. Yes, thank you. Thank you for caring about the talent, and like wanting to know what the actual vision is, not just being told like, hey, like pop that light up.
Yeah.
It's like I think that's gonna play, if he's the one to do the job when that time comes. Like, that plays a big role in how everything else ends up when you got someone that's setting it all up, feeling motivated to make it come into life.
Yeah.
So that was also one of the things, the highlights of this week. That happened. Well, it was last week, so technically not. But that signaled to me. I was like, okay, right. I'm connecting with the right people.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, where it starts.
Definitely having that creative control.
Definitely.
That misinterpretation of your work. I think you missed. That's not. Are you at the right project?
Yeah, like, hello. I think we didn't read the same thing. Yeah. No, 1,000%. Just letting go. Letting go. Letting people just do it.
Yeah.
Even though you were like, I don't know about that.
And it is just so hard just letting other people work for you for your better good. It's like, is it?
Yeah, like, please don't sabotage this.
Because I just want it to be right. That's all.
Yeah,
Like,
true to the story.
Yeah.
Not anything else. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, the reality of directing, producing, budget conversations.
That's a big one. Budget aspect. I mean, you can it's funny that the definition of like a ULB, like an ultra low budget, is like $500,000. I'm like, I don't think that's ultra low.
Yeah.
I don't think that's ultra low. It's a little steep, very steep. The highest caliber I could think of. Shoot. But knowing that I do feel very grateful to have had like the training more or less through my institution, is knowing that it can be done at any level. It can be done at any time with any amount of people with X amount of dollars. Honestly, sometimes zero, if you just have the right connection to the right people. Like,
the right people.
Catch people on their off day that are motivated and want to tell stories. They'll do it usually for free. I like to make it a priority to compensate people in any way I can. But the budget part, people navigate that differently. It's like, I tried at the smaller level, like the crowdfunding or like just my own personal savings, that kind of thing. But honestly, most people, if you're trustworthy and honest and you're like transparent about what you want to accomplish, do it for you.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. And you've got a worker in me if you need anything too. Like, don't, it's a two-way kind of thing. So
definitely favor for favor.
Yeah, please. Just trying to help each other out, because money is no joke.
Yes, especially in this economy.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
State of California.
Yes. $8.30 for gas, by the way, at that one gas station over yonder.
Yeah, over there. Yeah, actually, I didn't get gas today.
I do too. Oh my gosh, I actually do too. But they said that, like, but in general, I don't know who they is, not to get gas when it's hot outside. And it's hot outside, so maybe don't get gas. I mean, do you?
I mean, I do.
Yeah, you do.
I could probably hold off until tomorrow.
But should you?
Yeah, I mean, I can early morning.
Yeah, it's a little bit cooler.
In the morning. Yeah, it'd be colder.
Budget. Not today, but tomorrow.
Yes, definitely budgeting. budgeting on all different levels.
Yeah.
Gas, film, marketing. But now that you mention it, crowdfunding, how was that? How was doing that?
It was actually okay. I am mutually following a lot of people that I went to school with,
Mhm.
and a lot of people were nice and would repost and be like, "Hey, she's trying to do this thing," and I got a little bit of like something for it, but not enough to really drive big results.
Mm.
I ended up using that and allocating that for submissions. There's a couple platforms that you can actually submit to. You can submit your scripts to and get feedback from executives in the industry.
Let me know what that
Yeah,
is.
I will definitely let you know that you can submit, and there's like a panel of people. It like tells you who the panel is, but
Mhm.
then the feedback is anonymous. So there's people from like Paramount and like other kind of like higher tier levels that basically construct your work.
Mm.
It's not terribly expensive.
Mhm.
It's not cheap, but it's not too unaffordable. That was what I kind of put it back into because I was like, okay, it's not going to be able to cover cost of like renting equipment because at that time I didn't really have too much, and
Mhm.
now I do, and
Yeah.
I'm very grateful for that to have like a partner that also is in the same
Yeah.
industry, and we kind of like come together and we have different abilities, so it just kind of makes a perfect match. But
Yeah.
um yeah, I definitely just wanted the writing feedback. I wanted to be told like, hey, girl, take that out, or or like it could benefit from like this. So
Mhm.
I actually was able to, from that feedback that I got, like 15 more pages. And it felt more like, okay, I'm having a better, clearer vision of what I want this to look like. So that was definitely worth it for
Mhm.
me, is to be able to hear back from people that maybe might be distributing it, and
Yeah.
knowing like they're saying it with their from their perspective of what they would want to put out.
Yeah.
So that was necessary. Yeah.
So maybe I need to put on my big girl pants and just do that.
It's totally, I think, an opportunity to get some voices that maybe otherwise, if that platform didn't exist, we wouldn't be able to hear
Yeah.
anything from. So yeah,
The more you know.
look into it.
Oh, and pre-production stress. I just see, just being an actor and just looking at how stressed out people are on set.
Oh yeah.
Just, I can only imagine how pre-production
Oh yeah.
is.
Oh yeah. It's a big, people argue about the percentage breakdown of like at every stage what is more of like, oh, their pre-production is like 20%, production's like 40%, and post is like 50% left.
Mhm.
I think, yeah. So for me, after 6 years of, just going back to the drawing board and like reworking it again, and then hearing back from this person and potentially like trying to cast that person, um, I think pre-production's like 60%. If you have, I think, a solid pre-pro, you won't have to worry too much about post.
Mhm.
And then everything is streamlined during production because it's like, well, we got a plan.
Yeah.
And then, so I'd say it's more of like a 60-20-20, like
Mhm.
realistically,
Yeah.
because if everything is planned accordingly and you have it all mapped out and you have the right people, you show up, you do it, you rap out, and you cut it. And
Yeah.
and that's, I think, the biggest thing that I've learned is like, be prepared. Be prepared. I think that it's okay to be spontaneous, but being prepared saves you a lot of headache, a lot of
Mhm.
confusion on other people's kind of parts. Sometimes people are like, what's going on? So 60-20-20.
And I feel like that would make the most sense because, you're starting this new project
Yeah.
and you want everything to, go as planned. And a lot of times things aren't going to go the right way or the way that we want it to go.
Right.
But always having that backup of, well, okay, if this doesn't go well,
Mhm.
we have this over here
Right.
just in case.
Yeah.
We don't need to use it,
Yeah.
but
In case.
in case.
Yeah. Give me 5 minutes. We can flip it.
Yeah.
Okay. If we need to. Yeah. Staying prepared is definitely
Yeah.
key for sure.
Stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Yes. Hey, I like that. That's really good.
Was there ever a moment you wanted to just stop writing completely?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So being in a position where I acclimated to camera easily, I was okay and decent at it. I never really drastically messed up. So I guess that's my kind of range of okay performance.
Mhm.
And I knew that I could go back to it at any time. And I told myself when I was in that really bad, like I would say it was a depressive episode, when I was completely incapable of even typing anything. Writer's block was just at 1,000. I was like, It's like, why am I subjecting myself to so much frustration when I could just do the technical thing? It's like, and camera's not easier, it's
Mhm.
just different. So I thought to myself, I don't want to be vulnerable and I don't want to
Yeah.
put myself in a position to be rejected. Yeah, that was like at that point, I would say the end of 2020 or early 2021. I was like, I don't have to do this. And then it was after I got the initial feedback from a few of my peers who are also my friends, but also people that I am like adjacent to
Mhm.
film wise. Were like, hey, this sounds really cool. Cause I had finally like figured out my log stuff and they're like, no, like it sounds cool. You should really try and do it. And then that's when I told myself, "Well, does it have to be a feature? And could it be episodic? Could
Yeah.
it be like a short? Could it be, I don't know, like something
Something.
else?"
Yeah.
But ultimately, because of how much I knew I had to tell, it couldn't have not been a feature.
Mhm.
It had to be a feature. So it's like, all right, okay, let's open up the computer again.
Yeah.
And then that's when it really started to flow because I stopped holding it against myself that I didn't have it all figured out.
Mhm.
So yeah, I definitely want to throw in the towel. Like 30 times. Just I'm done. I'm
Yeah.
done. I don't want to see it. Burn it to the ground. But yeah, I'm glad that I got to that point because now I know how to pivot or adjust
Mhm.
when I'm starting to feel frustrated. I'm like, okay, just take a break. Take a break. It doesn't all have to happen today.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to do this life epic changing
Mhm.
thing every single day of your life.
Yeah.
Today is just today. Right for what that is right now. Come back to it tomorrow if you
Mhm.
want to.
Yeah, and that's definitely something that I've struggled with and just in general, like, I just wanna get whatever I'm doing done.
Done.
I don't
Yes.
wanna, lack of better words, pussyfoot around, like, I
Yeah.
just wanna do it,
Let's not
like,
lollygag now.
and
Yeah.
why is my brain not connecting with my fingers? Why is it not coming out the way I want it to? Now I'm getting flustered.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, what if I step away, then what if I forget what I was gonna say? But there's
Right.
nothing there to say
Yeah.
because I don't have anything else to say at the
No.
moment.
Yeah. We don't give ourselves enough breathing room and we
Mhm.
can't relax. It's not going to work. Like,
Yeah.
there's no way. So we can't hold grudges against ourselves. We're created for a reason. Like,
Yeah.
it's not supposed to be miserable.
Yeah.
We're supposed to do this because it's fun. Why are we punishing ourselves? Let's have fun, people. So
Yeah,
absolutely get
definitely.
that. We get
I feel like what also works for me, just getting outside of my normal, where I stay or whatever. I go to like a coffee shop. I like this place called Hilltop Cafe,
I think I've heard of it. I haven't been there, but I've heard of it.
Issa Rae's place.
Well, not
Yeah.
that's why I've heard of it. Okay, girl. Yeah.
Definitely a place to go. Issa Rae, if you see this, put me in the film. Do something. Do something fun.
A little bit. Okay.
It's a really great place. Coffee's top 10. But I go to the Eagle Rock one, like, that's, like, the closest one?
Mhm. Yeah, with traffic technically,
Yeah,
right?
technically,
Going that
that
way,
that
yeah.
that's the closest one.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I just sit there, and it's, like, great music, and, other people are working on, whatever they're working on, but it's,
Mhm.
like, just sitting there in the moment, it's like, "I have a lot to say.
Let's get it out.
Let's get it out."
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I could sit there for the whole time that they're open, and they're only open from, like, 8 to 3.
Mhm.
Or no, 7 to 3, something like that. So, yeah.
Oh, that's good. I like that idea because that just made me remember, the best way that I got through a big chunk of the rest of the feature after, like, the writer's block was immersing myself in different places.
Mhm.
Or if I was at home and I didn't have any place to go, listening to music that was adjacent to it.
Mhm.
So it kind of creates that mental environment
Yeah.
instead of just being in dead silence and being like, okay, hope
Mm.
something like great comes out, but like playing the music of the
Mhm.
time. My feature takes place in 2001 and it's kind of like grungy, like
Early 2000s.
early 2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can imagine like how the space just sounds different. It doesn't
Mhm.
sound anything like what we're
What would
experiencing right
yeah.
now.
No.
Yeah,
No
no,
2000s.
no, it's definitely not. Nowhere near close. So yeah, I really like that you said that because like yeah, like going even just sitting in a different room. I would sit outside a lot. It was like,
Mhm.
okay, I need to just go somewhere outside. And
Yeah.
then just sitting and playing music and being like,
Yeah. Getting outside of your comfort zone and going somewhere that you normally won't go to, or it could be a normal place
"Mm,
that you go to, but that's outside of your home, outside of what you normally do,
yeah.
just to get the juices flowing. Because I feel like when you're trying to create at home, I mean, you can, but I feel like it also be a little hard because, there's all of these distractions. Like, what if you're hungry? Now you're in the kitchen
Right.
making a full course meal.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, the TV's on. Oh, something's good. Wait, okay. And now you are paying attention to the TV and you are no longer focused on what you're doing. So I feel like there's just so many distractions at home to the point where it's like, I just get out.
I need to leave.
You need to leave.
No, that's super important. I think that there's been a phenomenon. People are like, the people they yearn for a third space. So true, because
Mhm.
we have our home, that's our first space. We have usually work, that's our second space. We
Mhm.
need like a third environment
Yeah.
that's not gonna be either one of those.
Yeah.
So it's just the coffee shop's a great one.
Mhm.
And then you can like people watch almost, or like not people watch, but like
Mhm.
be immersed in other people. I feel like that kind of feeds into everything too.
Yeah.
I like this.
Mhm.
I think it just activates something different because you're not in a familiar surrounding. It's kind of fresh, feels probably brings you to fresh ideas.
It really
It
does. It's like you could see someone walk into a coffee shop. It's like the way that he's walking. I
Mm,
like that. Let me write
mhm.
that down.
Yeah,
Like, you just
definitely.
get like ideas from other people and you don't even know who these people are, but it's just like something about their aura. I like it.
Mhm.
Let me put that into my
Draw
art.
that. So good.
Letting go of control.
Oh, yes, yeah. Oh, that's a big one. Yeah, it's really hard to trust people
Mhm.
and trust strangers. In LA, I think a lot of people it is a running joke that everyone knows someone that knows someone else. It's true.
It's very true.
It's very true. So, I feel a little bit more comfortable, I guess, employing anyone by extension because
Mhm.
then they're like, "Well, I know someone that," and it's like, "Okay, well, if I trust you and you trust that person,
Mhm.
then I think we can
Yeah,
work this out. We can work
Mhm.
this
Yeah.
out." And that's like allowing them to step into that
Mhm.
position, letting go of like, I mean, we know we can wear all the hats,
Yeah.
but we gotta kind of we gotta divvy out the
Yeah.
hats. Like, here, take that. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you, because I don't want to have a big stack of hats.
Yeah.
And you realize that when you actually feel relaxed enough and you entrust people to do those jobs,
Mhm.
like you realize, okay, I'm actually not that stressed
Yeah.
anymore. Like we're good.
I feel good.
I don't have to freak out. Yeah. I don't have to freak out. I would say in projects with like really heavy subject matter, there usually, especially depending on what that is, has to be a person aside from you, like a director, to kind of make sure that everyone feels comfortable.
Yeah.
And if you're a director and you have all these other responsibilities, you can't always be that person.
Yeah.
And you have to ensure that whether it's talent, like they feel safe and they feel
Mhm.
understood.
Yeah.
Safe spaces are important, people. Never
Yeah.
discard of that. That's important.
Very,
So
very.
yeah, I've had a couple of say probably in undergrad times where I was directing something with like kind of touchy subject matter and I really wanted to prioritize creating a space for my talent and
Mhm.
specifically my female talent. And it was unbeknownst to us that her other like lead equivalent was going to be problematic. And
Mhm.
I really wish that maybe it was, I don't know, maybe I had a skill or I had someone that could have been like
Like a coordinator
a
of sorts.
coordinator,
Yeah.
exactly.
Mhm.
I needed someone to be able to not figure it out, but kind of like be that person that would have been like, "Hey, like, you need to,"
Yeah.
before it became a bigger thing.
Yeah.
So, that also on the topic of control is important because you have to be able to have. I mean, everyone wants to wear eyes on the back of their head, know everything that's going on, but
Mhm.
if you're doing everything, you're gonna miss
Yeah.
moments like that where maybe someone is in need of support and like all of a sudden because you're running around and trying to I'm taking care of crafty and I'm doing all this stuff, but like you're
Mhm.
not being able to connect or allow a space for that.
Yeah.
So
To the true issue.
true issues,
Yeah.
yes. So
Yeah.
that's what like allowing certain people to take control over benefits you long
Yeah.
term is because now everyone feels taken care of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's important to me.
Yeah, I definitely agree on that. And I talked about this in my first episode, but yeah, I just think that, when it comes to those touchy subjects or those intimate scenes, there
Mhm.
needs to be an extra person there
Yes,
specifically for that moment.
correct. Yeah.
Just so everyone feels safe.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely like a safety aspect. I would hate to know, like, if I walk like, I and we're shooting in my apartment. It's like low budget. And I'm so glad that I was able to connect with her first and be like, hey, like, I understand this is really heavy. The subject
Yeah.
matter is heavy. You have this space, which was my space, to just at any point in time, if you need to come back here, because she had to be crying through the whole thing, basically. It was a one take. And I told her, like, this space is 100% yours. Come back to it when you need it. And we are on your time
Yeah.
because this is heavy. And I'm asking you to do something that is a lot. And I wouldn't expect you to have to, like, here we go, like, jump into it just so quickly. Like, give yourself some time. And if you need more time, please let me know. Let's please create safe spaces. That's Gosh, one particular thing that came to mind, it's not about talent, but I had an instructor in college that was a little more like, I would say brute and like thought that being militant was the way to teach. And that's an old school kind of adaptation to like film, Hollywood, that you have to be like yelling at each other or creating these really like hostile environments to do the work, and I don't think that that's necessary.
Yeah.
I think that people should feel comfortable, especially women, and that we don't have to yell to communicate.
Yeah.
You know, you need something done, do not yell at me. We do not need to yell. It never needs to go louder than this.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be my priority, especially as I step into that role.
Mhm.
Directing is to make sure that, you know, but we need some level-headed people on the
Yeah.
set because we can't all just be like, you know,
Yeah.
talking over each other, yelling at each other. I'm not doing that.
Because
Not doing it.
nothing's going
No.
to get done at
No.
that point.
No.
Because no one is actually listening.
No.
There's just a lot of talking.
Yeah.
Be
And
quiet.
exactly. Yeah, please, silence. And I don't want to build a set of resentment. You know, easily if you have a bad day at work, it's like all of a sudden it's like, ah,
Yeah.
here we go.
Yeah.
And sometimes bad days are unavoidable, but
Mhm.
to what I can control and what I can provide, I will do that. That's my priority for sure.
Yeah. Trust the people that you work with,
Please.
and trust that they know somebody that they trust to also work on the project too. Because, sometimes people are just in it for the check. And it's
Yeah.
like, okay, cool. But can I
But
trust you
yeah.
to do the job?
Right. Do it well, make other people feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need any controversies. We don't need any falling outs. We don't
Yeah.
need any accidents that are unnecessary due to rushing or
Yeah.
any of that. Take the extra second. It might be like, okay, we're at the 12-hour mark, but we did it correctly. We
Yep.
did it safe and
Okay.
everyone feels good.
How do you feel about taking notes from someone else about your work?
I feel like I've been better at receiving that information as the years pass. I would say probably early on, I wouldn't have maybe have been vocal and expressed that I took it poorly and I would have internalized it. But now I'm like, okay, well, obviously someone sees potential in something to critique. They wouldn't give you most people.
Yeah.
Most people
Most.
wouldn't give you something feedback wise that they're invested in unless they wanted to actually see you improve it. So now I feel like I'm able to internalize it a little bit better. You know, it's not a personal attack.
Yeah.
It's like, no, they just noticed something that you didn't see. You're living in your first experience. They're seeing it externally. And maybe there's just something that needs little, little something. So I would say as an actress, I think it really gave me the caliber to receive feedback better as a director, being in that position and having someone shape my performance. Because then now I'm like, okay, when I'm in that position, I know how to listen, watch, and kind of adapt as I go. And I feel like I'm able to now communicate criticism to others kindly. So I think it's important. We wouldn't grow or we wouldn't under what we want unless we had someone or something adding to the list of what we can improve. We can always improve no matter
Yeah.
what.
Yeah.
So
I like that you put it that way because I feel like a lot of times when people have feedback to give you, it could kind of come off harsh, but to a point where it's like they could have said it in a different way,
yeah.
but I get where they're coming from.
Yeah.
And sometimes I feel like I used to take offense to criticism. It's like, well, I know that it's great. Like, why are you talking about it? And then, you take a moment. It's like, I mean, well, I guess what they were saying wasn't terrible. I just took it wrong.
Like now that I've had a second.
Right.
Yeah.
I do apologize.
I'm so sorry. No, that's good. That's good. That's the main way I think we grow. I feel like you become a better storyteller behind and in front of the camera when you understand that most people aren't coming at you.
Yeah.
They're coming to you, and they want to see the best.
Not coming at you, but coming to you. Message.
Received.
I want to move on to a win is a win. So, what's a win for you? It doesn't have to be this week. It can
Mm.
be just anything in general.
Um, when I took a chance, I was invited to a Super Bowl party of all things, but it was a big group of people that I hadn't seen in like years from college that are doing all sorts of different trades like throughout the industry. And I'm a pretty like introverted person. So for me to like, especially after work, it's like,
Yeah.
let me go to this like thing. I'm like, I just want to put my sweatpants on. But I was
Yeah.
like, you know what? I'm just going to take the chance. My friend was like, "So and so's gonna be there. Like, you should really talk to them." Okay, and mind you, this is miles away, like out of like we're talking like a 30-mile radius. Okay,
Oh.
so I'm like, okay, like and I had work the night, and I'm like, you know what, just do it. Like something told me just do it.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, like we show up. I think we showed up right at the end of the halftime show.
Mhm.
And, everyone was like having a good time and stuff. And I just kind of like was like, okay, I'm gonna do this thing. I'm already like freaking out because I'm like, there's at least 100 people here.
Ooh.
So I like connected with the friend that had invited me
Mhm.
and was like, you got to talk to so and so. So I talked to so and so. Went
Mhm.
great. And then sure enough, it's like throughout the night, I was like, okay, like I can do this. Like I'm pivoting. I'm like, I'm able to like have these conversations. And then, inevitably comes, so what do you do? So what do you do?
Yeah.
And I'm like, funny that you asked.
Yeah.
I do direct, I do write, blah, 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 gave the whole like spiel.
Mhm.
And then they're like, so what are you working on? And I'm like, well, do I have something for you? And they're like, yeah, send it my way.
Oh,
So then that's how I connected with the lighting because he wanted to
nice.
read it, and he's like, "Yeah, I love reading stuff." Because I don't know if he said that he writes his own stuff,
Mhm.
but that was a win for me because if I didn't put myself out there, if I didn't take that chance,
Yeah.
it was a long day. It was a long day. It was a really long day. I would not have been able to make that connection. So I put myself out there, and that was what I got back in turn as someone that was actually interested in wanted to read it and read it.
Yeah.
And, a lot of people sometimes I feel like will say like, yeah, and they never either give feedback or get back to you. I'm
Mhm.
talking 24 hours, just was like, hey, I'm already reading it. Hey, I'm booked and I'm busy, but I'm going to read this and I will have feedback for you. Like, thank you so
Wow.
much. So yeah, that was my win.
That's definitely a win because I definitely feel yeah, it's been a long I don't want to be bothered. I
Yeah.
just want to just get under the covers.
Do not disturb sweatpants in that order. Thank you. And I'm laying down.
Yeah. But I feel like it's those moments where it's like, wow, if I didn't do this, would this opportunity have come along again? Probably.
Yeah.
But,
Right. Right. Yes.
but, I decided to step outside my comfort zone and I did it.
Did it.
So
Oh my
kudos to you.
God. Yeah. You
One for me, I think, is certain casting directors continuously send me auditions to do. However, I haven't been getting booked.
Mm.
So at first, I was like, I don't understand why they keep sending me stuff if they're not going to book me. But just maybe I feel like the opportunity for me is coming and I can almost taste it and feel it and see it, but it has to be the right role for me. I feel like they keep sending me stuff to see if it's going to stick or if it's going to work. And maybe someone else did just a little bit better. However, I feel like that's a win for me because if they didn't see anything in me, why would they keep sending me? So at first I was looking at it in a negative way, like, why? Why do you keep sending me stuff if you don't like me? Like, no one likes me. But I think they love me. They just have not found the correct role for me. So I'm going with that.
That is the right lens. I think that you've nailed it. I think 1,000%. You get closer every time, every single time. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but usually I do try and find the project that I was auditioning for and see like, okay, so what were they looking for? So I can go and watch the actual person that booked it and see like,
Mm,
okay, so what did I not do that they did correctly in a sense?
yeah.
But I feel like a lot of times it has nothing to do with me. I could have had a great, audition. However, I'm too tall, not the right wig on the day. Yeah. I've noticed not a lot of people, there's not a lot of tall people in the film
That's
industry.
very true. So
And
true.
when I say, oh, I'm 5'8", I feel like they just kind of like, damn,
Yeah.
you couldn't be 5'2". Like,
We
no,
put you on an Apple box. Yeah.
it's like,
That's so true.
and I think about that. It's like I'm right on the cusp. Like, I'm not short enough for certain things, and I'm not tall enough for certain things. And it's like, okay, what do you want from me? I don't know.
Tall girls in this very averagely height world.
Yeah,
I feel that.
or it's I always in my slate, height and location, and I feel like it's either the height or the location where they
Mhm.
kind of like,
She's a little far.
yeah, this is Atlanta, she's in
Yeah.
Los Angeles. Do we
Mhm.
want to pay for that flight round trip?
They should, but
They should. So yeah, I think those are kind of couple of strikes
Mm.
against me in a sense. So yeah, but I'm gonna continue to say it because now if I lie and say I'm 5 foot and they book me and I'm a skyscraper, I'm like, well, blacklisted.
We can't have that. We can't have that.
So I would rather just be truthful and honest and just, the right people, the right casting director, the right producer is gonna see me and be like, she's not tall at all.
She's perfect.
We have someone that's 6'7" that you can act against.
Yes. Start casting taller men.
Like,
That's the
yeah, like,
thing.
why are you casting someone that is 5'5"?
Yeah.
Please,
Yeah.
let's do better.
Please. Coming
6 foot and
that.
above,
Yeah.
but I'm also thinking about my preference. Moving on.
I don't like it.
Um, moving on to advice for creatives. What you
Mm.
got?
Take a chance. Take a chance. Even when you don't think that you're capable, you're more than, and 1,000 times over. Like, I think specifically as a creative, it's so easy to get wrapped up on comparing yourself to
Mhm.
someone else. Like, well, they did that.
Yeah.
This and that. Other. Really not internalizing other people's successes as a loss.
Mm.
Being able to kind of just redirect
Yeah.
redirecting that kind of maybe initial gut punch of like, damn, like they, they did it and they're getting all these accolades and
Mhm.
it's like your time is ready for you. I think when you're ready to receive it,
Yeah.
even if you feel like I've done all this like
Mhm.
stuff correctly, like it falls into place exactly when it needs to.
Yeah.
So
Right when it needs
right,
to.
right, expeditiously. Okay.
Because I can attest.
Yeah, it's just it all fall and it's, like, in the ways that you never imagined,
Mhm.
like, that you couldn't even conceptualize years before, like, talking about it now, I'm like, "Oh my god, 6 years ago, I was opening a document, and it was blank,
Yeah.
and now I'm sitting here with you,
Mhm.
and I'm able to fully talk about what I plan to do with it, and it was out of nothing."
Yeah.
So I took a chance.
Yeah.
And it was a very hard chance, and I was very sick and tired of it,
Mhm.
but I did it, and that's what counts because everything else can be fine-tuned later, but just do it, take the chance. Yeah, be a little risky.
Yeah.
Be a little risky.
Yeah.
It's okay to be bold,
Yeah. Definitely take that risk.
please.
Because I took a risk even moving here. I'm from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
So, that was a huge risk. And I drove here.
Oh, I
So,
love that.
yeah,
My
30
goodness.
hours.
Oh,
Not straight through. I did stop at the 15-hour mark, but I did drive for 15 hours.
Booker, please, please. Okay?
Yeah, almost 7 years ago. Because I came here, June 2019? So yeah, right before.
Around there.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. So my advice is don't be too trustworthy. I know we were talking about, trust the people you work with. But that's the thing. You have to know you can trust them. Don't just go around trusting people all willy-nilly
Right.
and you don't know them. just some advice. Because I will say, LA is a little strange. Some of the people can be a little different and they could say things or do things that may feel like it could be in your favor. And it's not. So definitely pick up on that quick because they can be quick with it.
Trust people's actions, not their words.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. I want to move on to pick a struggle. We're gonna have already pick a struggle.
Pick a struggle. Oh, so many to list.
Would you rather star in it or direct it?
This point in my life, definitely direct it.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely direct it. Yeah, I got a lot of stories to tell, and I think that I don't know, I feel always like I meet the right people at the right time.
Mhm.
So I'm at a point now where directing it makes sense because it's like, hey, like, I think we could really do this. Like,
Yeah.
I know how to communicate to you about like how I want it to look, and that's only through going through it myself. I definitely think directing it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
1,000%. Yeah.
Would you rather be respected as a director or known as an actor?
Pick a struggle. Pick a struggle. Oh my gosh. I would say that is hard. That is hard. Probably be known as a director, only because most people that have directed have acted. Like until it's not always vice versa. So I feel like I had to sit in those roles to be able
Mhm.
to understand how to tell someone else to do it.
Mhm.
I'd rather someone like respect my ability to like shape
Mhm.
rather than me maybe being like a representation of someone else's curation. They're
Yeah.
both equally important, but I
Mhm.
think just at this stage in my life, I would say I'd want to be respected for my ability to bring my vision through other people out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nicely said.
Thanks so much.
Would you rather keep full creative control or get a bigger budget?
My goodness. See, because there's levels to this. It's like I know that I could do things real cheap. I could. I would say I would probably want to keep my full creative integrity just because it's that I know that a lot of people make it a point to be like, we need the big lights, we need the big whatever. It's like someone knows someone, I know someone, I know someone.
Mhm.
Favor for favor. You can usually get all the equipment that you
Mhm.
need, usually, and make it happen for super cheap.
Mhm.
We don't need
Yeah.
we don't need the big caliber stuff to make it happen, okay? Like you go to film school and you eat ramen and you make it work.
Yeah.
And I could totally do it for lower. I mean, it's just a pipe dream for a huge budget, honestly. It'd go crazy, like, okay,
Yeah.
okay. But I think it's like almost teaches like humility in a way.
Mhm.
It's kind of humbling to have to work with so little because
Yeah.
then it's like, well, you should have seen what we were working with
Right.
here to make this happen. So definitely the prior. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Good, good, good. But that is it for today. We did it.
We did it.
All right. I really appreciate you coming and doing the podcast. Again, like we said in the beginning, we've talked about this for quite some time.
A very
Yes.
long time.
Very
I'm so glad I could be here.
Yes. I really do appreciate you. We actually work at the same place.
We do.
So I would always run into her like, hey, podcast soon.
Yeah.
She'd be like, yep.
Yep, we're
Yep.
doing it. I'm keeping my word on this, okay? And guess what we did? No rescheduling either.
No reschedules.
Women of our
Love
word.
that.
Mhm.
Yes. But yes, I truly, truly thank you. I know your project is going to be phenomenal.
Can't wait to talk about it.
I can't wait to see it.
Hey.
And maybe be in it.
We're talking about
Yeah.
that. Yes, we are. We really are.
But tell the good people where they can find you.
You can find me. I'm on all platforms, but more specifically, I'm on Instagram. My handle is at Awrels, Awrels.
um, and remember, guys, to like, comment, subscribe, leave a review, send an email, do what you can, please. I'm trying. But that is all for today, and I will see you next week with a guest star, maybe solo. Stay tuned to find out. See you later.